Write your own paycheck. Now, isn't that something that a lot of people would love to do? That's why I got into sales all of those years ago. I wanted greater freedom so that I could write my own paycheck. I wanted to get paid on something other than the number of hours that I worked, and I wanted greater control over my life. Now, I couldn't have told you all of that back then. Back then, I would have just said, oh, I want to make a whole lot more money. But ultimately, it's the freedom that comes from getting paid in other ways besides the amount of hours you put in. Anyway, so here it is now. Here's a funny story I want to tell you. My brother-in-law, Jim, is a high school guidance counselor. And a few years ago, he was working with some troubled kids. And he asked me to come do a speech. I was visiting, and he said, hey, would you come talk with my class? Because when I was their age, I was a delinquent. So I did. I prepared a speech, and I told these kids a little bit about myself and how screwed up I was when I was their age. And then I told them, sort of to bridge the whole thing, I told them how my life changed and how I got into sales and I made a lot of money, and then I got into business and ultimately became a millionaire, wanted to inspire them. So they were pretty much asleep the whole time I was talking. They weren't paying attention, probably half stoned, whatever, until I said those words. I said, look, I got into sales so that I could write my own checks. And boom, immediately they started paying attention and raised their hand. They wanted to find out how they could write their own checks. They thought I was talking about counterfeiting checks. I don't know. It was just so funny. You would have had to be there at the time, but that was when they really, really, really paid attention when I said I got into sales so that I could write my own checks, and they really got excited about that. So, assuming that they really were paying half attention, paying attention halfway to what I was saying, and they knew that I wasn't talking about counterfeiting or forging checks or whatever, I would like to think that what really got their attention was what I just said as I opened this thing up. That the chance to live your own life where you're in control, where you have a greater sense of power over your own life. That's what selling is all about. And we teach a whole different kind of selling. We teach a selling that is more in line with the 21st century, not the days of old. We call it sales facilitation. There's no high pressure. There's no rejection. It's much, much, much more like customer service than selling. No fancy closing techniques, no manipulative nonsense. We teach a system where the very best prospective buyers come to you, ready and eager to buy, and then all you have to do is sort of help facilitate the sales, maybe answer a few questions, help put them at ease a little bit, and steer them in the right direction if they have more questions than you want to answer or can answer or whatever. So sales facilitation, it is a more sophisticated form of selling, and it really connects with today's modern world where we have all kinds of other things that do the selling. Websites, automated webinars, teleseminars, recorded conference calls, and e-books and white papers and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, but the way it all boils down here is your ability to control your own life, do your own thing, make money that's based on things other than the amount of time that you actually work, and ultimately for you to have the opportunity to make a lot of money. We're talking about the kind of money that some doctors and lawyers make, and that may sound outrageous, and yet what I teach my clients, our clients, is based on the best of everything that we've done to generate many, many, many tens of millions of dollars for ourselves and our clients. So our methods work, and if you're one of our clients, you're learning all of these things right now. If you're not one of our clients, you want to know more about what we're doing, how we can help you, click on the link below and start writing your own checks. Fire your boss. Start taking more control over your life and your financial future, and we're here to help you do it. So thank you very much. God bless you, and bye for now.